go. Is crossbow legal in your area? Are y'all able to use crossbows?
It is.
Oh, sweet.
It is, but I'm old school. I still use a crossbow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Yeah, crossbow's a little bit maybe cheating, possibly. It's like muzzleloaders are nowadays. They're rifle barrels. The bullets are, pointed. They might as well be a regular gun at this point, rifle.
Yeah, it's probably not much difference anymore. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So meat hunting, antler hunting. Anything that walks by, brown it's down?
I've kind of gone through an evolution. I used to start off with just meat to get something for the pot. And after a while, after getting much of that, strictly antler hunted. But after you have somebody on the wall, what do you do with them anymore? So at this point, I just, whatever walks by, something to put in the pot. I'm good for the season.
That's actually like the third time in my life in this parking lot.
There you go. Yeah, there is. I think even in maybe the hunter's ed class and different things I've read, there's definitely an evolution to hunting. It's from wanting to shoot the weapon to like wanting to kill 15 deer to, okay, I want to tree to maybe meat. And I think what it ends up with is like, I just want to take someone that hasn't been hunting type of deal. It's like wins.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's probably true. That's probably true.
Yeah.
I'm out here in the suburbs of Philadelphia. It's a pretty. I got out 2 years ago. That was so big that so three of us had dropped into the back of our wall.
There you go.
Wolfgang, we're getting another call now. We're gonna jump on, but we just went live, so you can tune in.
All right, good. Hey, Chris. Maurice, if you want to call him back sometime, what we had talked about before, I'd still be interested in doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good night.
We missed a call. Could have been.
Did you text Chris, sweetheart?
People. You know which way you're going? You know, get to 44. Get 44.
We don't need to get to 44.
I'll figure it out.
You gotta get to 44. That's the only. You can't. You're not taking 75.
No, I know. That's not 44. That's what it's called. 44.
It's called 44.
Just go straight. Get on. Yeah.
I drove him down.
It's like I want to do it faster.
Yeah. Let's throw down.
It's real fun.
He's equity side. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Who's listening?
I don't see anybody right now.
We got one.
Nathan.
Tell Jake to call him.
See if. Yeah. I don't know.
Thumbs up.
Move.
Yeah, it was a Friday. The norm for
I'm
us.
hungry. I'm starving. Actually.
So we were driving by the school back here, and that was, I had to like the third time in my life in that parking lot.
Yep. It's always good memories. Third time, you're probably not.
Apparently, you guys sound like shit.
Well, I mean, we're streaming
We're in
from
a
my
car.
phone. Yeah. We're in
Who
a
said that, Jake?
Yeah.
We'll do better.
Tell Jake to call in.
Yeah, tell him to call in.
Give me talk about.
There's a case study. I think by the third or fourth time you've had sex,
Are people like nobody's listening?
there's
Right?
one viewer.
Huh?
There's one viewer.
Yep. You never
But-
know.
You don't come as fast.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know what happened to me. I used to have a short fuse, but
Right.
over the last year of my life, I've got some wild endurance.
Just stamina.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know where
Stamina.
I don't know where it came from.
But it's here.
It's here. Sometimes
Send
it's
out the
just like
Restream link. Send me the whole deal and also the
We got 2 viewers. Around.
I think 90s is 90s is saying
90s,
something.
baby.
90s is gonna be there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is
I'm
he?
really hungry.
Oh, that's why he said he was coming up on. Okay, sweetheart, we'll get you something.
Lindsay's coming.
Lindsay, I did see that too.
Lindsay.
90s, Lindsay, Force Party. This is a little.
Yeah, we're about to get after it.
For the good sound quality in the car, so.
Uh,
Line.
Where's it? It's ringing.
Here we go.
I'm drinking martinis. Where are you? It's 90s is ready.
WTXOI.
To accept, press 1. To
West
send a
Texas
voicemail,
oil.
press 2.
Hello.
What up?
What's up? West Texas Oil on the line.
Hey,
What's good?
it's been an exciting day. Had a headed to the gas station quick as I can to get a michelada.
Yep.
Nice.
Got in the standoff between expert on who spilled the fucking water.
Yeah. Who'd you get in a stand down with?
Did I get a what?
Who'd you get in a
Stand
tussle with? You said energy transfer?
Between our roundabouts and our water transfer
Oh, okay.
company. We were just a few barrels of produced water got spilled on the ground, and nobody wants to claim it. It's only the third spill on the same on this one job.
Okay.
Yeah. Water transfer and roustabouts. Those are some. Ooh, those are tough ones. That's tough personnel right there. Management wise.
They're really interesting folks from all different backgrounds.
Yeah, for sure. So are you managing them? You own them? What's your story?
No. I work for an operator. So,
Oh, okay. I got you.
Doing fracks and we were actually doing on this job. We're actually doing a produced water transfer to an SWD while we had a pipeline down.
I got you. So y'all recycle produced water? Is that something y'all do or no?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
Used to have still do have a vacuum truck company that stations at some of the XTO water recycle plants and hauls off the trash they can't recycle. They move a ton of water through those bad boys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Y'all send it to like a solids disposal?
Yeah, they actually go to a commercial disposal. It's enough liquid you can haul it off, but it's just crap at that point. A lot of metals in it and stuff. So yeah, it kind of goes to a commercial disposal that'll accept it.
Right. It sounds like the stuff we get out of our descenders that we've got upstream of our gun barrels. Just that nasty black water.
So the last time I was out there flowing wells back, we were doing, I guess what they term is long flow backs. Like before pipeline was there and they were hauling oil, we would stay there forever with full equipment. And then I've heard they've gone to fast flow backs. That's kind of when I got out of it, where you just run through your facility and you might just rent like an SKO from the flowback company and just roll that way. But are y'all putting your own knockouts in the batteries now?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And on location, like at the wellhead, there'll be like a sand separator, and sometimes they'll have like a gas separator too to flare. But the wells that we do are pretty small. I mean, we're just doing just vertical stuff here in the Delaware.
Fuck yeah, vertical guy, baby. I'm not going sideways here. That's cool. That's awesome.
I do have a question, and then maybe I won't get in trouble for asking it, but have you guys ever had oxygen issues on flowback? Like we're blowing my mind that we've got O2 in the gas on this flowback.
Yeah, that's a strange one. Sometimes if they don't put an oxidizer when they frack, you'll get it back from the frack water. So, yeah, I'm not.
Like micro bubbles in the water.
Yep.
Just,
Yep. And you want to talk about heat some fucking tubing up or casing. That shit will definitely attack metal for sure. That oxygen loves metal.
Yep. If there's an H2S, it makes sulfuric acid, doesn't it?
Could be true. I don't know if it does or not, honestly. I just know just raw oxygen in your flow stream, especially if you're getting it at the surface where it's not getting all consumed by the metal or attaching the metal and consuming, then yeah, I mean, you've got a bad oxygen problem. But the only time I've ever seen that, I would say, is when the frac didn't do a good enough job with their chemical treatment on their pump down to eliminate that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the only other way to get it in there, we operate kind of a gas field. We see a little bit of oxygen, but we pull a vacuum on some kind of low volume, low pressure wells. You've got like a wellhead leak, stuffing box leak, separator leak, you'll pull oxygen in. But if you're pressurized and flowing, you shouldn't have any outside oxygen, and it shouldn't occur in your formation. The only other way it can get in there is pumping fresh water down hole during the frac and not treating it right. And it comes.
Yeah. I think you get in where the gas gathering runs at a vacuum, and if a dump hangs open on a separator, you typically have to have a pump or blow case for a separator. And your compressor starts pulling it.
Yep.
Into the tank.
I've ever seen oxygen get in a system is that way if it didn't come from the frac water. And they put oxidizers in it if they're good and they do it right, monitor it. But that would be my guess. That'd be where you're getting it from. And yeah, get ready to have some ate up ass tubing for sure. So how deep are these wells? Real deep? Are you shallow?
Shallow. Above the Wolfgang, above the Greek stuff.
Yeah. That's
And honestly, my life revolves around midstream, so I don't even know how I think this stuff is. I'm just helping these guys out everywhere I can.
I got you. Midstream guy. Right.
You want to find about it?
That's Chris will throw down on midstream.
Yeah.
This fight. We let him have that.
You let him pick that fight. Yeah.
Awesome. So where does this show happen at? Is it OBC or closer?
We're on the show floor today. Oh shit, steak's on.
Steak. Oh, that's cool. So midstream, mostly gas or oil or combination, or what's the midstream?
Mainly water, but we have oil and gas takeaway. So we don't have a gas or oil system anyway. We just a lot of gas system, so I'm kind of getting back around gas midstream operation.
How many miles of pipe did you get?
40-ish.
Yeah.
Still getting service next week to make sure we bought what we think we bought.
Yep. A little due diligence makes sense. All right, so we've been asking everybody what their predictions is on pricing. So give us what your gas price is and your oil price. We've been going with year end, so into fourth quarter, what do you think we'll be at?
550 per M on gas. 64 on oil.
Damn, that's the second person that
y'all some bears on oil. What the fuck happened?
And it just
What's your reasoning for getting oil's gonna go down. What? Why do you think oil's going down?
And, so the supply chain stuff around the world, we're seeing everything from fucking toothpaste to tubing, right? It's everything that we're touching in our life. Whether their life was in Midland today at HEB, they're sold out of white bread, light spread, just a regular old peanut butter jelly bread.
So how does that make you bearish on oil?
Because it's going to slow down the economy. When its prices will inflate on the stuff that's short, on the stuff that's in short supply, and if there's less things to go around, there's less things to make money on. So it's going to slow down the economy.
All right,
That's a valid point. I would understand that. I think the only counterpoint, since we're bulls in this case, is Europe switched from natural gas burning to oil burning just for the price difference to generate power. That's bullish to me.
Yep. I'll have to look more into that. I don't know how that's gonna. Yeah, first time I'm hearing about it.
I think the world is just hydrocarbon starved
I mean,
right
you
now.
look at coal supplies. I think we saw a report where Cushing was only 40% or maybe 40% less storage at Cushing. Europe switched to burning oil in their power plants because their gas price was somewhere between $20 and $30 an M, and it's still not enough to get LNG exports out of the United States to go to Europe. China and them are still paying a premium over that. So yeah, I agree that it's just a shortage of hydrocarbons, and you can't make it up with green energy. I mean, that's kind of the case. It's the best part about this whole deal is the more green energy they pile on, the more times fossil fuels are needed in a pinch. And I don't think what people realize, oh shit, we're out of oil or we're running low on oil. Let's open up every federal land. Let's give leasing to everybody. The amount of time it takes to turn around and actually put barrels in the refinery to get gas, shit, that could be years before you catch up.
Yeah, green energy complements hydrocarbon burn. It doesn't replace it.
100%. That's it.
It gets me excited.
And it's a good compliment, right? We're appropriately applied, but it's solar panels aren't gonna keep my air conditioner going when it's 140 degrees in West Texas.
100%. Yep. Don't want to get too political on this deal, but it's kind of the same way with politics. It's just you're either a green energy guy or you're a fossil fuel guy, but where's everybody in the middle? Most people I think would agree with both energy sources just politically too. Most people would probably agree on most political things, but everything's so you're either the good guy or the bad guy, and there is nobody in between.
Yeah, and one thing, other things start getting assigned to you. It's like, no, I really don't feel that way.
Oh yeah.
I guess protect the side.
Yeah.
Protect the side for divide you. The internet.
That's it. Yep. Nobody's Mike Tyson said the best. Everybody's out there saying whatever they want on Twitter because no one's scared to get punched in the face anymore. That's the deal. Yep. Well, cool. Appreciate you calling in. We're gonna see if this calls in, and thanks for calling in. Stay up.
All right, we'll see you. What's up, 90s? You there?
I am here now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What the fuck are you doing?
Man, I have flown across a great state to get to another interesting state. And I want to report that there is cold beer in Oklahoma. I have found some, and it is tasty.
Hey, it's all six.
and they do have Shiner in Oklahoma. I only thought Shiner beer was in Texas,
No,
but I was awakened to the fact that there was Shiner in Oklahoma. So I was blown away.
That's a real Texan thing to say. Like, I thought we only had everything.
Yeah.
You said call in and to help others and experience more and learn more. It's a wisdom. I learned some wisdom today. There's some Shiner beer in Oklahoma City.
We got, you know what else we got? We got honey butter chicken biscuit also.
That's right.
I have not tried that yet. I will report I do have a great Friday stand down story though, if you'd like me to tell it.
Yes, please.
Get after it.
So after flying across a great state to get to another state called Oklahoma, I get in and I get picked up by Mr. Bohr, whose birthday's today, and we proceed to do some work and mend some fences, and he puts me to work pretty good. And hey, we're gonna go get some cold beer and some food. That sounds like a great idea. He goes, I got to repay you for doing all this work to get the place ready to have a badass party. And what does he do? He takes me to an excellent location in Oklahoma City, but somehow he forgets his wallet. And so I have to buy my own meal.
Classic Bohr move.
So he after we buy, 4 beers and 3 margaritas, at $10 a piece or wherever he took me, that was just a lovely location, excellent food. I was out about $100. And so I said, oh, this is great. So I said, that's okay. It's your birthday and such. You should be able to do so. Well, I think we go to the second location and he forgets his wallet again. So I'll let him get on here one day and tell the story a different way. But that's what I'm going to say. He's forgotten his wallet all day.
I believe it.
But
hey, that's the best time to do it is on your birthday.
What a negotiator. Get a guy out there to work, don't pay him, make him buy your meals. I mean, that's...
I told him, I said, if you're making deals like this every day, I understand why you got some money. You're making money by not having to spend any money.
Well, you know how he pays people. He pays people in hurricane time.
Yep.
Oh. Hurricane tongue is the way. I'm kind of worried. I'll keep my pants on tonight.
Try your best.
Yeah, you try your best.
I have a vision in my mind at something like 2 a.m. The whole pool is going to be full of pretty much naked people. I mean, that's kind of what I'm banking on, to be honest.
Well, I had to put something nice on. I got my square toes on. If Mr. De La Rosa's out there, I got the square toes boots on. I look good. It's supposed to be a little above casual, so I had to get it cleared by the wife. So she has approved my attire right now. That's coming to you from Oklahoma. It's a great place where they'll give you a bunk, put you to work, and then make you pay for your own food.
Yep.
Did you bring the wife, or you flying solo tonight?
I am flying solo, and hopefully she doesn't receive any pictures.
Yep. Oh, I'm bringing the wife.
Uh-oh.
He's bringing the wife specifically just so that she can get naked in the pool.
That's right. We need to verify.
Well, I need to verify what I've seen on Twitter, and so I am approving of that. And as a EMT from Texas, I need to take a look at that, make sure there's no issues or concerns on the body. Right. It's all medical. It's all professional. Very professional man myself. So
that's where we're gonna keep it.
Hey, 90s, you gonna meet my notary tonight?
Your notary?
My notary.
Who's that?
My notary for my papers last week.
Oh, the lovely lady, the young lady.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually, we all have real names, but half the fun is our fake names. And when somebody said your name, I said, "Who's that?" So I can't wait to get if that is your real name or not. So that's one of the fun parts about coming to these parties and being a part of this EFT club. I know some people might want to change that name this week. Somebody had texted out or tweeted out a different name for it, but it will always be EFT in our hearts and our minds and how we work. So.
Yep.
I can't wait.
You at Bohr's house right now?
I am literally upstairs. He put me in the lovely room with the bunks. So maybe one of y'all will be my bunk mates. It's kind of like a prison. It's a very interesting room.
That's the swingers room.
All I know is that I did not bring lube, so there'll be no swinging tonight, at least for me.
That's a good thing.
Hey, those bunk beds are pretty nice, and the floor is just as nice too.
So
It
you're
all
saying
looks
that it'll all pack the same, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Hey, 90s, we've been asking everybody their predictions on natty gas and oil prices year end. What you got? December, what are we going to see?
So I hate me or love me, you know, Chuck had made some numbers at NAPE. I still believe what Chuck's numbers were probably around the right price, around towards 100. But that was something me and Bohr had gotten back to his house, and he goes, you know, we don't even know what the market closed on for my party tonight. I got to know those numbers. And so I pulled the numbers, and sure enough, we closed above 5 and above 73, right? And he said, time to party. So I believe that we're going towards the party point at this moment, and we will continue to party throughout the year, because I think y'all said it right, that no matter what you do, we're hydrocarbon defunct at this point, and we need it. It's starved. And so, you know, I was telling a story earlier where I can't find any WCS on the Gulf Coast area. Somebody's taken all the West Canadian Select. It used to be everywhere, and now it's nowhere. So I don't know who has the WCS that all this supposedly the Canadians are saying they're open, you know, wide open coming towards America. I'm not seeing it on the Gulf Coast. Somebody's eating it up, but they're not telling me who it's eating it. So, I mean, we use a lot of Mexican cruise. We use a lot of other stuff, but I'm not seeing the WCS slates on the Gulf Coast like I was prior to 2020. So I don't know where it is. I'm blown away.
Hey,
Somebody's
90s.
eating it, and it ain't us.
Hey, 90s, we got a caller. We got to let this guy in.
You go ahead, guys. Y'all have a wonderful night.
You too.
We'll see you soon.
See ya. Hello.
What's going on, guys?
What's up? Who is this?
Is this De La Rosa?
This is De La Rosa.
My
What's
man.
up?
My Square Toe gang for life, motherfucker.
Woo! Patos Locos.
We don't want no round toes on our location.
That's right. So tell me what you call. I call them cockroach killers, but I'm talking like full Hispanic Mexican boots that they're so round-toed and they're so long they actually curl up and face back to the individual wearing them. What the fuck is that called?
Boots like that, just ugly ass boots. I call them romper stompers.
Romper stompers.
Romper stompers.
I mean, they literally are some elf shoes. If you've never seen them, Google it.
I got a dude who knows.
I mean, they dance in these things, and they
Oh, yeah,
literally
no, they
point
get it.
back at the person. So where you at? You on location? You off today? What's going on?
We're going to the gate guard right now. We just barely left location. Went to go set a ESP catcher.
ESP catcher.
Yeah, ESP. It's for
Speed limit's 80 miles an hour.
All the way back down to the kickoff for the vertical.
Right. Yep. So do y'all run any kind of plunger lift stuff? Y'all got like slick line units and stuff?
No, we don't have any slick line. We're all strictly electric line.
Surgery. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we thought about getting into like braided line operations, but nothing's really taken off from there. We've retrieved some of the stuff with our E-line, but nothing too crazy. You don't have the same strength that you would with E-line versus braided line.
I got you.
You gonna send a little note for Bohr downhole tonight or what?
A little happy birthday.
Yeah, I texted him earlier, but I guess he's probably busy and stuff, so I'm just gonna send him a gift with Marilyn Monroe, happy birthday, Mr. President.
Oh yeah,
There we
well
go.
you know he's busy making 90s pay for his drinks.
Yeah, we had 90s on earlier, and he made 90s go out and mend fences and do some hard manual labor, and then took him out to eat to pay him for it, and conveniently forgot his wallet. Like, well, that's a typical deal guy right there.
Man, I need to get down to a little bit.
Yeah, come on up, dude. You can definitely do it.
Yeah, definitely want to go. No, but I won't be on location tonight. I am starting Monday. I'm officially field service manager for Underdog Wireless.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, dude. That's badass, man.
Appreciate it, guys. 10 years in the field is, I'm still on it. Awesome.
Hello.
Thank you.
I think we lost the man of the hour.
Los De La Rosa.
I think this thing could really be something. Obviously, this isn't. Okay.
I am gonna do this.
Can Jake call in so we have some?
He called in for a second. Then he was gone. Everybody, Scooter's driving pretty slow. He doesn't realize I'm trying to get it in before I go to Boars.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Oh, it's entirely necessary.
It's entirely necessary. But you don't want to fuck in your brother's house?
No, she already explicitly said
She said no fucking in her brother's. That's spineless.
Well, that's just where
It
we're at.
depends on how drunk I get.
You know what? You know what? Your brother would fuck in your house. That's the point. Is that
That's the
like,
thing.
you know what? Your brother would fuck on your couch. You fuck
You know
on your
what?
bathroom
Let's have him
counter.
call in. I'm
I'll-
gonna have him call in.
I'll put it like this. This is sex life. Works like this. It's almost like darts and billiards. There's a point when you're not drunk enough to really want to do it. Then there's a point when you're really good at it. And then there's a point when you can't even see the fucking dartboard or the cue ball.
I love all three.
You know what I mean?
I love all three.
There's this magical moment in there of the right amount. Here we go.
Who do we got?
These people fucking love this shit.
Nope.
One person loves this shit.
Yeah, just one person. It's really just 90s who likes listening to us.
We might have to have him call back in because there's nobody.
There ain't nobody else listening.
But it was an interesting comment he made about the Canadian crew not seeing it head south. I
Yeah.
know they put a refinery like North Dakota.
Well, is that because of the pipeline?
I mean, they were getting it. He said pre-2000.
You know who? Yeah, no, tell me where it's going.
But I think that's really the story here for Bulls is the lack of investment and the lack of having federal lands to drill. It's just a world of hydrocarbons. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying the United States makes up enough of it to really move the needle, but it's enough. It really
It's
is.
enough for us
Yeah.
if we're starved.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
My old job was posted in Midland.
You want to go back?
Well, what a disappointment. Yeah, we made so much money in Midland, it was stupid. Like, you want
And
to talk about balling out of
apparently
control?
when I quit, I put them in such a bind that they're like willing to take anyone.
Choo choo. Let's toot that horn.
You go back.
Choo, choo.
Go back Midland. No,
Yeah,
not
no,
a chance.
And there's
Not a
also a bunch
chance.
of other rumors, but
We got Midtowners. There's a bunch of
Midtowners.
Midtowners on our hands.
So who's the top one? Is that us?
Yeah, that's us.
Can you have Jake call him?
I've tried it.
I named it. It's Tulsa backwards.
Backwards. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, who should we call? Let's do this.
Here, I can call my brother.
Yeah, let's call a
Let's call it child.
petroleum engineer student that's getting ready to graduate May 2021 into another boom, which is just lovely. I'd love to hear the stories.
It's probably working out.
You know, the interesting thing about his career or his schooling was for the last 2 years, every professor he had that was petroleum engineer based classes told him, get out of the industry, leave.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Run.
Dave, run.
Fucking run. That's what I would've
The
told
day he graduates, I will bet you a steak dinner rolls $100 per.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna remember that. You
I
said
know
it.
you will.
Everybody heard it.
I know you've already
Everybody heard
capitalized on
Yeah.
one steak dinner. I know.
Yeah. Everybody
But
heard
we
it.
didn't say the quality of the steak.
Yeah, you ever been at Texas Roadhouse?
I really like their rolls.
Their rolls are bomb.
They are pretty good.
Yeah.
They don't throw them at you though.
No, that's Lambert's. That's Lambert's. So, Lindsay, 90s.
So are all these people staying at Boar's house?
Boar offered us to stay in the bunk bedroom.
Yeah, you guys could with 90s
with
is
Buddy
in
and my
there.
mom.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, I guess we could take our stuff and then always just end up there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can make it happen.
Is stay in the swingers room.
I mean,
What other?
again, I brought my, what is that thing called? Your chastity belt?
Yes.
I brought that.
What other show, Oil and Gas, has had a guy call in from a deer stand? A guy call in from Texas.
Yeah, West Texas.
And a guy call in that flew from Houston to Oklahoma City for a birthday party and got taken to the cleaners on a deal. Works for free and has to pay the guy for food. Has to pay his food bill, his bar tab. That's it. This is the greatest.
Wait, time
It's
out.
pretty good.
So Boar actually, I mean, 90s actually had to pay for Boar.
Sure.
Got his wallet
Yeah, you forgot his wallet.
multiple times.
Well, that's okay.
Do we know where the boss man is? Is he behind us, in
I
front
think
of
he's
us?
in front of us.
I think he's in front of us. I think he
We
made
should
some.
call him.
What?
Since
Yeah.
the little asshole isn't.
He called. He said he was going to call in.
He didn't text me back.
He's got his wife in the car. She might be.
Yeah, it's fine.
She might not want to listen.
Maybe she's.
Well, I want her. No, she's not.
All right, we're calling.
All right, we're calling on the boss man.
They're having a nice romantic drive down listening to John Legend. What's up?
What's currently on your radio station right now? What are you listening to? John Legend, John Mayer.
What's on our radio station right now, Bailey? Is this on the podcast right now?
Yep, you're on.
Oh, sweet. We just ate Coney Islander. I don't know. We just walked back to the car.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's music playing, so.
You guys are killing it. You guys got
Coney Island.
you got snacks, dude.
snacks.
Oh
That's
my
super
God.
underrated.
I
You know what? We never
snacks.
go get Coney's at the office. I feel like we definitely should do that. Definitely take advantage of
You know
that.
the one thing that I want to do at the office, and it might get shut down just like hanging all my dead animals, but I think we ought to bring my little smoker up there, and like on Fridays before this little deal, we should just cook some ribs or something.
It's true.
We should
Most of
smoke.
the in the parking lot.
Yeah, in the parking lot. We ought to just set up and smoke a little bit. I think it'd be a pretty good little setup.
Let's see what Bailey thinks about that, Bailey. I mean, you do you.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's the right answer.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
So
That's what tonight's about.
So for the first time ever for Stand Down, we have the boss man's wife is actually on the call. How about that?
It's pretty good.
How about that?
What's
Let's so 90s told us we were talking bull bear cases for oil. We've actually had two callers that look at into fourth quarter. They're looking at somewhere between 60
65.
65.
They said 65.
They're like, supply chain will kill demand, blah, 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 blah. They had all these cases for it. What do you think, boss man?
Fuck him.
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em. Bullhorns all the way, baby.
Oh.
Fucking 80 at least minimum.
Chuck went with 100.
Chuck went with 100. He was being interviewed with our Fossil Fuel Fridays. He was being interviewed by him at Nate and Chuck. I was standing there with Petra.
Yep. Chuck called 100.
Chuck called 100 by when?
End of the year.
End of the year.
End of this year?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we're asking everybody that calls in what they think. 90s is on our side. 90s made a comment that he's not seeing the crude stock from Canada anymore. He said it just disappeared. So we don't know where that's going or why that's the case, but he said it's gone. Yeah, one guy's comment was VTOL called for 80, so he's going to do whatever VTOL. He's going to do the opposite of whatever they called for, and that was a hard case to.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I feel like if you were, if you were to believe anything, just go contrarian on VTOL.
Yeah, if Jim Cramer and VTOL say oil's going to the moon, you might want to run. That's a tough one.
VTOL knows where oil's going, but that doesn't mean that's what they're saying.
That's yes.
They're just fucking with you at that point. They are evil. Every sense of the word.
They're fucking pure evil.
Yeah.
And then we had West Texas was on. He wanted to talk about midstream.
He was a midstream guy, but he's a water midstream guy, more or less. But they have acquired a gas pipeline system, and I think he was saying something about an oil system. And he was a bear on oil for sure.
Fuck him.
Fuck them all. The Bears.
There's been bears all over the place for the last year. They've all been wrong. Totally wrong. I mean, his comment was he can't buy white sliced bread at HEB right now because the supply chain's so messed up that will drive oil prices down. Is just not having access to stuff, or prices for certain commodities or items will go so high people won't buy them.
Yeah, I think that might be extrapolating a broad conclusion from specific examples that's probably not accurate. Be my take. The supply chain issues are going to work themselves out.
Well, I heard on Bloomberg this morning on the way to work that there's like 60 to 70 ships waiting to, dock at LA to unload.
It's a bunch of tankers just sitting out there.
It's semiconductors. It's the whole 9 yards of stuff that are on ships just waiting to unload. That's not an oil problem or anything else. That's just logistics or paying people to sit at the house and do nothing problem is what that is.
That's the problem we actually have. Is that you can't get anything done in our country right now. Just the same way we can't get a rig to come out and pull a well for us.
That's it. You can't find a rig crew, and you can't buy an Arby's roast beef sandwich because no one wants to go to work.
But you know what? You can get conies though.
Apparently they got conies.
You can get conies.
Yeah, you can do that. But no, that's what's really happening is they paid a bunch of people to do nothing for so long, and then now you just still are paying people enough, and they have enough left over. They're just not, desperate enough to actually go back to work. So everything's stepped up. Everything.
Yep. And that might, to his point, as far as being a bear on oil, it might be what we're seeing now, why oil's not already 80 or 90. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the reason it hadn't just busted out and gone crazy.
Yeah, you look at America and Western Europe, and basically demand recovery is like already pretty much here. And then, it's the COVID thing, of course, but the places that are still being hit, like Australia and all that, they don't consume that much oil. And, India and China doesn't give a shit about human life. They're not going to shut down anything anymore. So, I just don't see that there's a real actual demand problem. Inflation will hurt, but inflation will also help the value of the barrel, right? So I'm not sure that at the end of the day it's that negative when you add them together.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, dude. I think the bulk bearish guys are missing it. The story really hasn't changed in the last 3 or 4 months. You had another wave of COVID come in, and that's where oil dipped. When it hit 77 and then dipped back to whatever 60, but that dip was just COVID scares, and nothing's changed. For the whole last year, 9 months, it's been on a steady climb, and
Yeah.
Basically, you're seeing supply destruction. You're seeing demand come back up. I mean, that's all it is.
Yep. And
And
I
the trend
think
is going to continue in both directions.
I read
Supply is going to get tighter.
Yep. I read an article the other day from the CDC where they basically said any sporting event is no longer a super spreader event. And you've seen all the football games where it's just freaking elbow to elbow in there. That's no longer a super spreader event. That's the end of COVID right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. It was all just a power grab for politicians, anyways. They're
Yeah.
never actually scared of it. They don't wear masks.
I would agree. I mean, the governor of California didn't wear one like peak COVID for a 75-year-old birthday in Napa Valley. So tell me what that means.
Yeah.
No, that's all good. So what are you going to drink tonight? What's the drink of choice?
Vodka martini.
Martini.
Kettle.
Kettle.
It's kettle in honor of Boar. No, it's kettle or bust.
Extra dirty. Do you eat the olives or no? I throw them out.
I eat the olives. I eat the olives at the end.
And I like Tito's. I don't like.
Tito's.
Oh.
Belvedere's the only vodka worth drinking. You want to know the truth?
So we've got to meet you somewhere. So to take the key with you home because
Guys, we've got some logistics issues that just kind of blew up in our face.
Yeah.
so I don't know where to meet you.
Well,
Yeah.
You're like at the Strawberry.
We're about halfway, but Scooter decided to take off with
Where do you wanna meet?
Max
At,
car
like,
keys
leave
in his
somewhere.
pocket so that his in-laws couldn't drive down.
Somewhere,
But
So-
we got to figure it out.
We got
We've gotta-
okay,
we've
so
gotta
just tell
pass.
me where you want to
Yeah.
send me a text.
Apparently-
how'd you figure out?
Apparently Kiki is
Headed back to T-Town. So,
yeah, Kiki's headed back to T-Town.
So we'll meet with her, drop it off, and then my wife will be mad at me for the rest of the night. So here we are.
He wasn't getting laid anyways. We already talked about this earlier on the show. He was
So 90s told us you'll have to ask Russ his side, or sorry, you'll have to ask Moore his side of the story of this. Apparently 90s went and helped him do some manual labor. Then they went out to eat and Moore forgot his wallet and 90s ended up having to pay for drinks and stuff.
Yeah. That's classic. It's classic Boar move.
Classic Moore. So are y'all behind us or in front of us?
They just got conies. They're
Oh,
behind
they're
us.
way behind us.
Yeah, dude, we're way behind. You're not going to get there until 7.
At least.
Right when Lindsay shows up.
That's true. I guess I could take Lindsay out of the airport.
Yeah, I guess you could. That would be an interesting ride.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time, guys. It's like 5:30.
Yep. We,
It's time to pull the plug.
We're pulling the plug. We'll do it next week.
Okay.
All right.
See you,
See
everybody.
you soon.
What'd she say?